at the 54th Super Bowl, Super Sunday, Super Bowl 54, coming at you this Sunday. The NFC champion San Francisco 49ers and the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs meet for the World Championship of Professional Football to celebrate the NFL's 100th season. We've got the team that was the champion in the NFL's 75th season, the 49ers, against the team that was the champion in the NFL's 50th season, the Kansas City Chiefs. And they'll be playing down in Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, home of the Miami Dolphins, who have not been at the Super Bowl in a very long time. But any event, very exciting. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit more fired up for this year's Super Bowl than I normally am for a non-Cowboys Super Bowl. You get two fun teams in there. We don't have to look at the Patriots, at least this time. And, you can really get behind this being a good game. You're excited about who wins, especially if it's the Chiefs, because, Pat Mahomes is probably the most exciting, most popular player, the face of the league right now. But we should be in for a good game. Should be a fun treat. Hopefully we get a nice high-scoring game. And I think we will, just because of just how ridiculous last year's offense was in the Super Bowl, where we got one touchdown. We'll have something ridiculous, like where there'll be like two touchdowns in like the first 3 minutes, this year, and just to kind of, show the contrast between this year and last year. But any event, should be a very exciting game. I'm not going to lie here. I'm going to be pulling real hard for the Chiefs. I got a little bit special incentive in this Super Bowl. We all have those secondary teams that we like to pull for. When our primary team fails us again, as the Cowboys did for me this year. But and the Chiefs are one of those teams. And listen, as many of you know, I grew up in I'm from the Bronx, New York originally. Grew up in New York. But full disclosure, I did grow up as a Kansas City Royals fan in baseball. Long story short, my entire family were Yankee fans. My grandfather worked stadium security at Yankee Stadium back in the 50s, when baseball mattered, when it was a game. So my entire family were Yankee fans, but as a youngster exposed to baseball in the late 70s, early 80s, oddly enough, the Yankees' biggest rival at that time was the Kansas City Royals. They met in the playoffs 4 times between 1976 and 1980. Yankees winning in 76, 77, 78. Royals taking a measure of revenge in 1980. And as a young, impressionable child, I made the conscious decision to go against everyone in my family and root for the Kansas City Royals in baseball. And I think when I was 5 years old, George Brett was in a 7-Up commercial, and I liked that. So, and my parents did nothing to stop it for whatever reason. So there you have it. So because of that, I've got a special affinity for the city of Kansas City, and really pulling for those good people there to finally bring home a football championship for the first time in 50 years. And I think they'll get it. Obviously, I'm going to pick them to win the game. And like I said, I'm going to be a little extra fired up for them than I would be in another Super Bowl with teams we don't care about. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. If you're looking for signs or things like that, the Royals first won the World Series in 1985. Exactly 30 years later, they would win it again. The Chiefs' only World Championship came in 1969, which oddly enough was the Royals' first year of existence. So it would be fitting for them to get their next title 50 years, exactly 50 years later. And like I said, I think they'll get it. I'll be pulling for them to win the game. We'll have all the reaction from my Super Bowl party, all of the real-time analysis and reaction, minus content edited for decency standards and Anything factual that might be misstated will be corrected. But it's going to be a great game. Hope you all enjoy it. And we'll take the Chiefs to get the win there. So go Chiefs and the Super Bowl.